Hello beautiful and wonderful people, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Beatrice Chimpi. If you're new here, you're most welcome. If you are a person who has been here before, welcome back once again. On this channel we're all about motherhood, parenting, marriage, finance, health, beauty and fashion. And if that's the kind of content you're interested in, please stay around. Click the notification bell, subscribe so that you can join the family. We are here to motivate you, to inspire you, and to help us grow together and refine ourselves into the better version of ourselves. Thank you for coming on this episode of Wives Rising.
Welcome beautiful people. This is Victoria Namala Mabike. I'm a mother of 4. I'm an orthopedic officer. I'm a public health officer, estate manager, and I'm a baker.
As you've heard, she is a professional baker. You know what I mean? Someone being in the medical world and yet they're rocking it even in the arts world, where she has learned how to bake. It's one of her skills right now because of, yearning for it. So Vicky, according to the title, we are here to talk about side hustles. These side hustles, are they really important as wives, mothers, and ladies for that matter? Do you really think we need side hustles?
Oh, sure we do. Actually, I'll begin with how I really got the passion to bake. I know there are so many side hustles, and it is really, really important. But how do I go into the baking part of it? At senior 6, I did PCB for the nutritions. So we did a little baking here and there. So with time, I picked the interest to bake. That is where I started to love baking. And I really, when I finished my degree, I told my husband, you know what, I would think that I would really want to go to do cakes. And he was very supportive. So I started to do the baking. And we went higher and higher until where we are now.
Okay, and to me, I feel like side hustles is one of the ways that we support our husbands.
Sure.
Do you think it has anything to do with increasing the finances of the family? Because some people feel like their banking job, their medical job, their, name it, it's enough. Do you think we really need it?
We really, really need to do the side hustles if you can, please. If you have a time, first and foremost, being supportive, like you said, increasing your finances. Yes, it helps with actually what I realized, Beatrice, is I was so amazed when I started to really go into the baking world, how much enjoyable it was, how fulfilling it was, how I financially I became more independent with you don't have to ask for even the littlest money. So it helps in so many things. Actually, also expanding your network. I've met so many great people. I've made so many friends through the baking world, and I've also as a new passion. Actually, sometimes like me, it is of course something that is old. Like I've given you the history of how I got into baking, but there are those who find it as a new passion. So as you continue to discover yourself, you might not have known that talent that you have until you begin to have that side hustle.
Do you know, Vicky, I have this in me. I feel like all of us were given certain, we go to school to learn specific, professions. But inside you, there is another you. There is another person. You can do makeup. You find yourself, you can design wedding parties. You can decorate. Others can even put up, it's a passion when you see someone is really well dressed. So do you think people should follow their passions mostly when they are looking for side hustles?
Sure. Like we said, if that thing that you're passionate about, apart from the books that we have studied, the medical people that have become medical people, the bankers that are bankers, teachers, follow that. What do you like to cook at home? You can open up a restaurant. Do you like to tailor clothes? Do you like fashion? Go into that. Actually, COVID gave us a very big lesson. Like we were at home, we're not going to work, especially us. I remember around the time of COVID, I was a new mother. I had my boy, who is actually now 2.5 years old. But when I was home, because of course hospital environment was uncomfortable, having a new baby, I cut off myself from work a bit. But being that I had what to do at home, I lived very comfortably. I enjoyed every moment of it, and that very, very comfortably. I know, you know. Yes.
Wow. And so what has it been for you? What has the journey been like? We need some tips on how to handle this, because some people feel like I should. Do you know that some people begin side hustles and they even end up dropping their professional jobs?
Exactly.
So what has been your highlight? How should we as wives and mothers balance this world? If I still have my job as a medical, you know, orthopedic officer, and then I want to go into baking, or I want to go into, you know, fashion and design, how best can I, you know, incorporate this in my world and yet still be, you know, productive in terms of being a mother, in terms of being a wife? How have you managed to get the balance?
Before I get to balance, Beatrice, I would also talk about convenience, especially us being mothers, hustling mothers. You know, being that you can work at home, especially if you can work at home, and you being your own boss, it gives us a lot of time with our children, bonding more with our children. We have had a lot of space leaving our children with people who are helping us, whoever we leave them with, and we miss out on those very important milestones with the kids. But you having your own hustle, you know, like if it's a wedding cake, you know, I'll get my profit of maybe like a million, you know, and you've done it at home, when you can monitor your children,
you're even training your child.
You're training your child. You know, there are all of these advantages. Sorry to take you back.
It's okay.
There are all these advantages of the side hustles, where we shall have our children to follow our children, we mentor our children, we know what our children go through, we really have the time for them, as well as talk about the other topic, having our time for our husbands, being available. Yes. So the bit of balancing it, try to know your work schedule. Just in case you have not given up, like you said, that you can decide that I've given up on my professional job and go to my side hustle. If maybe I've become a tailor, you can try to see how your work is like. How is your work? Because you don't want to dodge work and then you become a burden after signing a contract, and then you're always, you know, on and off. Try to know, make a schedule, organize yourself, have that work schedule, so that it is not also a burden to you. Yes, you're supposed to enjoy. I think mostly we are supposed to enjoy our side hustles. Yes.
Great.
So there is also that thing, there is also self-care priority. Balance, you know, being employed is another thing, and employing yourself, especially with side hustles, is another thing. That you would be your own boss. Those some of the disadvantages of being your own boss. You might not take care of. You will not know you will not get your time. You don't have your holidays. Get that self-care. Like me, when I have kids, usually when they are younger, I know that I'm going to miss this opportunity with this such and such amount of money, but I'll know that I'm now giving myself that time. I'll even tell you, sorry, I'm not going to make that cake. I need that time to rejuvenate my body. Give yourself that time. So that is how you can also balance. One of the ways you can learn to balance these side hustles. We also have to avoid, among the ways to do what? Among the ways to balance we can limit the distractions. Remember, most times, most of these side hustles, we are working at home. That means you have so many distractions, like we have children, like we have food is burning, you know. So avoid as much as you can the distractions, so that you utilize the time that you have to do the things well.
That is self-discipline.
Yes, it requires discipline. But I know it has not been our culture that we know how to avoid distractions in Africa. But if you try to focus and know that I'm supposed to work in such and such a time, I will do this and this. Limit distractions as much as possible, otherwise you will lose it. So
that means you're respecting your side hustle much as you'd have respected the other person. Imagine you don't want to be on your phone when your boss is walking in, but for you it is okay for you to speak on your phone, yet you're having,
because no one is my boss right here. Then I'll be picking my phone and then you are calling. You know, avoid distractions, otherwise you'll not have perfect work. Yes. And then the other thing is, how you would balance, utilize your weekends. Utilize your weekends as much as possible. Because, of course, you know, weekends are some of the free times we have. So utilize them very, very well so that you reach your goals.
But then some people, their side hustles are on the weekend. Imagine I have Mugole to, you know, follow up on, to do makeup on.
Yes, so I think that is what I mean by utilizing your weekends.
Oh, like you put your side hustles in the days.
Especially on the weekends.
Yes.
Like now I'm talking to the mothers who are working, to the wife who is working.
Yeah.
Utilize your weekends very, very well.
Yeah.
The other thing that really, really supports me, I mean helps me too, is getting support from my own family.
Yeah.
My husband is very supportive. He will carry the children, he will take them around so that he sees me through my side hustles. You know, also I have a sister, I have a brother who always come around to help me when I need their help. Utilize our families.
What if someone doesn't have support from the families?
That is really, really bad. Then you can use the others, of course.
Yeah.
You can, maybe it could be a friend. Some of people, yes, a friend can help.
Yes.
There are friends who are really there for you, who have become sisters and part of your family.
Yeah.
It might not be directly your what? Your family. You mean, it could be a pastor. It could be an elder who is there for you. It could be a neighbor, by the way, who can be there for you. It could even be your child. The children, just that mine are still young, but we have people who have what? Bigger children. Utilize them, teach them, train them. This is all we are being lucky that these are side hustles. You can train. Keep training your child. Keep training your family. This is the family that will be there with you and will be there with you to help you. Yes.
So to go back, this is a very good point. Something has crossed my mind. What you talked about, I'm sorry for taking you back, it was about side hustles helping you to, you know, parent your children. I'm looking at my children right now are in primary, lower primary. But I believe side hustles, these are things that, you know, your child, let me say you're tailoring, they are learning skills which they are not even paying for, but because it's mommy's job.
Exactly.
Yeah, look at a side hustle like your own clinic.
Exactly.
Your own clinic. Your child is going to learn bookkeeping, is going to learn how to, you know, customer care.
Even cleaning itself.
Even cleaning.
Yes, sure.
So it gives them that aspect of, you know, we need to work.
Like it also helps you to know the weaknesses in your child, how you handle, you know, because like for me, I've already known there are those who might take up the baking. Then you have to drive the others a bit more. And if they don't, it's still okay. But you'd still know that I have tried to put my kids in line. You know their weakness, you know their strength. You know how to correct them. You move along with your children. It will give you so many good experiences and memories, most importantly. Very good memories.
Bonding. Talk about bonding.
Exactly. It gives you a lot of bonding with your family. Yes.
Wow. What's the other point you are talking about? Extra time, using the extra time wisely? Yes,
using the extra time wisely still drives us to the point of distractions. In that, utilizing your time, it just emphasizes the point of limiting distractions. Use your extra time wisely. Maximize it as much as you can. Maximize it. Put it to good use. And you will surely enjoy it. I enjoy my baking.
And you know that these days side hustles don't necessarily need to be things that are tangible. You can start an online business.
Exactly.
Myself, my side hustle is an online, you know, boutique. And online, you can create courses where people can learn, but they pay online and you're teaching them online. These are things you can do even when kids have already gone to bed, maybe 10 p.m. or, you know, 8 p.m. that you're finished homework with the children, but you're, you know, doing your side hustle within your own home. So because the world has gone digital, so you can do your marketing online. So those are some of the side hustles.
Yes, sure.
Wow, thank you so much, our viewers, for watching. Mrs. Mabike, do you have any last words for our viewers?
Thank you so much, Beatrice. And to the hustler outside there, please try out something. Decorate, do interior designing. You can do tailoring. You can do flowers. People like to do flowers at home. Do anything that will take you there. For sure, it will be a blessing to your family and to boost you economically. Remember, COVID gave us an example. It really pushed us. Those were in our comfort zones.
Thank you so much, Vicky, for having us around and being here with you today.
Pleasure, Beatrice.
For our viewers, what is the name of the company? How can we find you?
For any cake bookings, please don't hesitate. On Facebook, it is Edenwood Cakes, and on phone, it is 0754 15 4242.
Thank you so much. Our viewers, we've come to the end of this episode of Rising Wives. Thank you so much for joining us. That's been the part where we've discussed side hustles, and if you've watched this video up to this far, it's a pleasure, it's an honor. We believe that you've enjoyed it. Please share it amongst your groups, amongst your peers, comment, like, subscribe, and let's grow together. And this is our crown moment, where we crown our mothers and wives. Vicky, once again, you've done yourself so proud. I know your husband must be a proud husband. You've done a great job being a mother, being a wife. Thank you. We are recognizing you, and we recognize your effort. Thank you so much.
Time is over, before you know you're older. So sober, alone, you getting my cold shoulder. You crying like it's rain, you causing all the pain. No closure, I'm colder, you getting nothing, joker.